Hello everyone, it's Joni from Contact North Learning Technologies. I have a great question from an instructor and I thought I'd make a short video to better visually explain the answer or the different options. The question is, for a single presentation that includes several PowerPoint presentations, how would I handle that? That is a question, as you may recall from our instructor training sessions, when we talk about content and the guidelines or recommendations, we say not more than one PowerPoint open per layout. And that's because if you have several PowerPoint open in the same layout, each of those PowerPoint draws bandwidth. And if you maybe don't have the strongest internet to begin with, that can start to affect your audio and how the slides transmit through. Two ways to approach this. You can decide which one you prefer. I'm going to hide my webcam. I'm going to stop sharing of this slide I uploaded, and essentially that leaves us with a rather standard looking share pod. In the top right corner I did add a note pod so I would have a reference for what I'm going to be uploading. You can use one layout like this. You can upload your PowerPoint ahead of time. Go to share my screen drop down, share document, go to browse my computer, find where you keep your content. And the first one I'm going to upload is resume tips. And I'm going to edit this for the next three so you don't have to watch each one upload, but it'll give you an idea. There is resume tips. So that's PowerPoint 1. Next one, I'm going to click stop sharing from the top right hand corner. Same process. Share document, browse my computer, and this time I'm going for Budgeting 101. Double click. There is Budgeting 101. One more PowerPoint to upload. So again, stop sharing, empty share pod, share document, browse my computer, looking for Business 101. Now I have my three PowerPoints uploaded, but you might be thinking, how do I find the other two? The first one I was going to start out with was resume tips. So whatever you find easier, you can do stop sharing again. Go to the drop down, but this time go to recently shared, and you should be able to find the last 5 items, be it PowerPoints or whiteboards, that you used. So there's resume tips. Within a few seconds it uploads again. If I wanted to go to the second one, Budgeting 101, I could do the same thing, stop sharing, or I can go to the pods drop down option and go to share, go sideways to recently shared, and go to Budget 101 or Budgeting 101 from here. So I'm going to hold on that path for a bit, whatever you find easiest. Some people like to stop sharing, look from the center drop down. Other people like to do it a bit more streamlined so that you're not stop sharing and going to the empty pod. In that case, use the pod menu in the top right corner and follow this path. That's a quick way to move through. If you're unsure about moving between the different PowerPoints within the Share pod, another approach is to make 3 separate layouts. So in this case, let me stop sharing. We'll go to an empty Share pod. I'm going to go down to the plus sign on the lower right to add layouts. You can also go to the layouts drop down if you prefer. This one I'll just leave as new layout. There's my new one. I'm going to create one more. New layout. And from here, I could get specific. So if I think back to my list, I had resume tips as the first PowerPoint. Double click that second layout, and that was going to be my budget 101. Third PowerPoint was going to be business 101. And from there, I just go into each. I'm going to cheat. You can upload it into each, but this one was my resume tips. And I'll upload, quickly add in a new share, and quickly customize this. I had the attendees pod, and I had chat. Here is layout number 2. This was my budget layout. So if I were doing this from scratch, I'd go to share document, browse my computer. There's my budgeting 101 business. I'm quickly going to set this up and then edit it out. And to get business 101 in, share document and business 101. There we go. All 3 layouts have their own individual PowerPoint, and as you click to each layout, it just needs a second or so to upload. There's resume, there's budgeting, and there's business. Two approaches, whichever approach you find easier will work well. What we want to avoid is having more than one PowerPoint on one layout. This is what we don't want. This is 3 PowerPoints open on the same layout. Each of these PowerPoints is drawing bandwidth. They figure that at any moment you're going to click and you want to advance to a new slide, so they're trying to be ready. Either have one layout, upload your content ahead of time, and then move between it. Or if you find it easier, make 3 separate layouts. That's okay. When we have one PowerPoint per layout, the other 2 PowerPoints on the other 2 layouts, they're not drawing bandwidth because we're on this current layout. Thanks for the question, and I hope this helps.